Hi yogis, I hope you're well. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to do a little flow, which is a really nice everyday flow, but it has a quality of a little focus on the core, strengthening your core, which we need for every pose in yoga. So it's a good thing. Almost every pose, a lot of poses. So you don't really need anything, but it is always a nice idea to have one or two blocks near, right? That doesn't hurt if you have them. If not, it's all good. Okay, so come to a seat. We're just going to do a quick grounding. Find a comfortable seat. And then inhale, roll the shoulders up to the ears. And exhale, open the mouth, release the jaw, let the shoulders come down. You can close your eyes here or just soften the gaze. And then just bring your focus right to your body, to your seat that is rooting you down into the ground. Crown of the head pulling up toward the sky, spine nice and tall. Bring your awareness to your breath. How is your breath today? And then gently begin to deepen your breath. If you do practice Ujjayi, you can introduce it right here. Take a long, deep inhale, all the way up to the crown of the head, feeling that nice length. And exhale all the way down, feeling like the exhale is touching down to the pelvic floor. So lengthening the breath on the inhale and making the breath more complete on the exhale. 2 more rounds like that. And you can visualize a stream of energy on the inhale up to the crown and a stream of energy on the exhale down to the pelvic floor. And then gently here, blink your eyes open. Inhale the arms up overhead, feel nice, spacious, tall. Maybe look to your hands. And then interlace your fingers, let the index finger reach up to the sky, lengthen your torso, but soften the front ribs in. And then exhale, come on over to your right side here. Lengthen, push that left sit bone into the floor. Really feel the left ribs pull open from one another. Create space there. And inhale all the way up. Pull the navel in. Exhale, come in over to the other side. Try to gently draw the arms back behind you, but try really to keep those arms nice and long and straight. Push the hands into one another. Inhale, reach through the fingertip. And come on all the way back up, nice and tall. Exhale, draw the hands down right in front of your heart. Good. And then release the hands back down. Okay. Now you're going to turn. Oh no, you're not going to turn. You're going to sit at the center of your mat. And if you do have a block, this is quite nice to practice with a block. Otherwise, you can have your feet hip width or your big toes touching. Okay, this is a boat variation. If you have a block, press it between your thighs and then bring the hands back behind you. And let's really first work on really popping the chest open, reach the elbows back and draw them in toward one another, okay? If this feels really hard on your hip flexors, right, to lengthen the spine with the bend in the hips, just walk your feet a little further forward. That makes it easier. Keep the neck nice and long. Good. And then here, press the block, inhale, right leg straight, point the toes. Exhale down. Inhale, left leg, press that block. And exhale down. Inhale, right leg. Exhale down. Last one this way. Inhale, left. Keep pressing. And exhale down. Good. Now keep the chest lifted. Stretch the arms forward. Okay, really try not to round. Push the heart forward. And then inhale, right. Exhale, C-curve your spine. So you're rounding down. And then inhale, back up. Exhale, bend. Press the block, reach the heart forward. Inhale. Exhale, you round. Keep the left leg straight. Inhale and lower down. One more round. Inhale, straight spine. Exhale, Round spine, pull the navel in. Inhale, straight spine, and exhale down. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, C curve. And this is the last one. Inhale, and exhale down. Nice. Gently lower down all the way onto the back. Take the block out to the side. Good. And then walk the feet further forward. Find yourself in a bridge prep, right? So the toes facing forward, middle finger can touch the heel. Roll the outer upper arms down into the floor. Ground the shoulders. And then inhale, just lift your tailbone up. Okay? Now you can feel the lower abs zipper up. Keep that. Keep the tailbone lifting. Push into your feet, lift the hips. Nice. So you're not going to come all the way up into a back bend here. I kind of want your spine being pretty much in a long, extended shape rather than a back bend shape. Yeah? So tailbone lifts, navel draws in. Keep that. Keep your hips square. And then inhale, push into your hands. Lift the right leg up. Good. Stay here. Push hands down. Inhale, lower right leg, knee to knee. And exhale, you lift it back up. Inhale to lower, push into that left heel. Exhale to lift. Keep the hips square. Inhale and exhale. Good. Now stay here. Lower the hips. Keep the right leg straight. And then push back up. Lower, inhale. Exhale, push. Lower, inhale. And exhale, push. Good. Lower the right foot down. Nice. And then inhale, arms up overhead. And exhale, you lower the arms as you lower the hips down as well. Nice. Other side. Good. Find your feet on the mat. Lift the tail first. Feel the low back press down. And then lift yourself up into that shoulder bridge. Okay. Draw the shoulder blades together a little bit more. Press into the right foot. Inhale, left leg up. Okay. Now you inhale, straight left leg lower. Exhale, you lift up. And just to say, continue, right? You may not be able to straighten that leg all the way when it comes vertical. That's fine. You can have a little bend in the knee if your hamstrings are tight. Okay. Inhale, lifting up, stay. Now lowering the hips down. That's the inhale. And exhale, you press up. Keep those hips square. Inhale, lower. And exhale. Inhale to lower and exhale. Good. Stay up. Just bend the left knee. Good. Inhale. Arms up overhead. And exhale. You roll everything back down. All right. Now you can roll to your side and come up, or you can take a few rock and rolls. Come all the way up. And then bring yourself onto all fours. Spread your fingers. Good. Inhaling into your cow and exhaling into your cat. Feel that nice release in the front body, inhale. And then that lovely stretch in the back body, upper back, neck on the exhale. Good. And then find your all fours. Okay? So all fours, you want to look like a tabletop, basically. All right? So draw the navel back to the spine. Now tuck your toes under, press your inner hands into the floor, and you're just going to float the knees 1 inch or 2 off the ground. So it's not a lot. Okay? Your toes are grounding down into the floor. Press the inner hand, roll the upper arms back. Good. Now stay hovering and breathe. Can you lengthen the breath? Deep inhale. Good. Exhale, navel in. 1 more inhale. And on the exhale, lift the hips up. We're not going to stay here long. Good. Inhale, you lower slowly back down, knees hovering. Draw the inner thighs together. Exhale, you slowly push the root, the top of the thighs back to lift the hips. Inhale, slowly down. And exhale, lift the hips. Nice. And now clean up your downward dog. Just find the right stance for you. If your hamstrings are on the tighter side, you may want to lift the heels a little higher, bend the knees a little bit more. Good. Push into the inner hands. Nice. And then roll yourself forward into a plank pose. Stack shoulders over wrists. Now, initiate this move from the top of your thighs. They're pulling you back into downward dog. All right? It's as if someone had a strap around the top of your thighs. Come back forward. Lead the crown of the head forward, pulling you into plank. Now exhale, draw the navel in and push the top of the thighs back. Downward facing dog. Lovely. Good. Now inhale, float the right leg up. Keep those hips square. Exhale, draw knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged. Flex the right foot. And exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged. And exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrists. Good. Now step that right foot between the hands and lower the left knee down. Inhale, float the arms up, crescent moon. Reach up through the fingertips. Nice. Pull the navel in. And on the exhale, bring the hands down. Good. Now from here, step that right leg back. Good. Finding a supported side plank. Bring that right foot behind you, right hand on the floor. Left leg straight. Reach the left arm up to the sky and reach so high that you really feel like you're being pulled up. Nice stretch across your chest. Come back down, all fours. Good. And then just walk the knees a bit further back, half plank. Shoulders out of the ears. Keep the spine nice and long as you lower all the way down onto your belly. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Deepen your breath. Good. Find your stance. Push the top of the thighs back. And then inhale, lengthen that left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, knee in, lift it up and high. And inhale, last one. Keep those hips square. And exhale, knee in, lift it up a little higher. And without a sound, left foot forward. Lower the right knee down. Good. And then inhale, float the arms up. Release the hips down and forward as the tailbone roots toward the floor. Open that right hip flexor. On your exhale, hands down. Good. Now step that left leg back. Weight in the left hand. Open yourself to the wall side, to the side. Push the left hand down. Right arm up to the sky. Can you try to really ground that outer edge of the right foot into the floor? One more inhale here. And exhale, hand down. Lovely. Good. From here, again, half plank. Exhale, you lower onto belly. And inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. Can you come back to the breath? Right? Sometimes when we transition or move, we forget about it because we're focused on something else. Just try when that happens to bring yourself back when there is a little bit more stillness. Good. All right, and then from here, inhale, lift the right leg back up. Exhale, draw knee to nose, step the right foot forward between your hands. Good. Big breath here. Inhale, coming all the way up, high lunge this time. Exhale, hands around and behind you, interlace those fingers. Now lift your heart up, inhale. And on the exhale, you lean into a power lunge. Press into the right heel, hug the right outer hip in. Breathe here, right? So you really want to draw the navel back, not rest the belly onto the front thigh, so you can really work that core and the hips and the legs. Good. Breathe, and then bring the arms up overhead. Just make it a little harder. Breathe, inhale. And on the exhale, hands down, step the left foot forward, Uttanasana. Bring the big toes to touch. You can have a little bend in the knees, hands on the floor. If you're rather more tight, you can bring the elbows onto your thighs. And then take a half lift here. And exhale, fold. From here, inhale through a half lift, coming up all the way, reach the arms up. And then exhale, hips low, arms stay up into your chair pose. Good. Glue the knees together, outer hips push in toward one another. And then lift the heels, soften the front ribs in as you lower the arms so they're parallel to the floor. So you're balancing on your toes. Try to keep the crown of the head reaching up, chest opening. Gently lower heels back down, chair pose, arms up. Good. Now stand up. Stand on the right foot. Lift the left knee up, hands in front of heart. Lean forward. Shoot that left leg back. Take your time. Warrior 3. Balancing on the right foot. Hug the outer hips together. Lift both sides of your waist up away from the floor. Inhale to exhale. Bend the right knee. Good. Now step far back with the left foot. Now ground the heel down as well. Turn the toes out 45 degrees and then lift the arms up. Warrior 1. Bend into the front knee. Good. And then open yourself into Warrior 2. Bending into the front knee faces straight forward. Breathe into the sides of the ribs here. Exhale, release shoulders down the ears. Maybe you can bend even a little more in that front knee. Good. And then come into your side angle. Elbow onto the front thigh or a block under your hand on the floor inside that right foot. Left arm up to the sky. Can you try to draw the tailbone more in toward the back heel so your bum is not sticking out, right? Try to hug it in. Good. And then lift yourself really high up through the left fingertips. Okay, we're going to add some core here. You're going to bring the left arm up overhead. And then from here, soften the front ribs in. Good. And now lengthen the bottom side of your waist at the right arm and keep spiraling your chest up. One more inhale and one more exhale. And then inhale, you come all the way up. Good. Keep the bend in the front knee. Let's do a reverse warrior. And then exhale, windmill those hands down. Good. Step back into plank pose and hold. Good. Holding your plank pose, push the hands down. Ground your toes, draw the inner thighs in toward one another. Now can you just reach the sternum more forward, lengthening the upper back. Good. And lower knees down. Bend the elbows halfway. Inhale, lengthen heart forward. This is a supported upward dog. Ground the tail. And exhale, downward facing dog. Deepen your breath. Let's do the other side. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, draw knee to nose. Step the left foot between the hands. Inhale, gliding all the way up, high lunge. Exhale, circle the arms. Interlace the hands behind you. And then pull your chest open as you push the hands down and back. Try to put really like there was a little weight on your tailbone, right? Weighting your tailbone so it reaches toward the ground. Hug the outer hips together. Good. And now exhale, leading with the heart. Lean forward, right leg super straight. Good. Lift the navel away from that front thigh. Shoulders out of the ears and breathe. Next inhale, arms up overhead, power lunge. Lift those arms up and behind you. Palms face one another. Good. And then inhale here. And exhale, fold it forward. Step the right foot forward. Big toes are touching. Release your head. Inhale, take a half lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up. Arms up. And exhale, sit yourself into chair. Gently scoop the sit bones under, but lift the heart forward. Lift the arms back behind you. Now slowly lift those heels up. And lower the arms so they're parallel to the ground. There's a little lift of your upper body when you do that. Good. Keep softening the front ribs in. And slowly exhale, lower the heels down. Inhale, arms up, chair. Maybe a little lower. Exhale, you stand up, hands in front of heart, and this time lift the right knee up. Good. And then slowly, you're gonna initiate that tilt into Warrior 3 by bringing the right leg back behind you and tilting the pelvis forward in the same time. Now, give that back leg a little internal rotation, which really makes it hard to lift it high, okay? But it really helps to square those hips, which we want to do in Warrior 3. So internally rotate the back leg so it's neutral. Try to straighten that leg, but there can be a bend in the standing leg, yeah? Good. Inhale, can you lift the sternum a little more forward? Exhale. And then step far back. First, ground the toes. And then ground the heel, toes facing outward 45 degrees or so. Arms up, Warrior 1. And exhale, Warrior 2. Arms out to the side. Good. Try to hug that outer back hip in and gently push that right thigh this time back behind you, just a tiny little bit. And then reach the arms out. Front leg, so the left knee faces straight forward. Good. Breathe, inhale, reverse the warrior. Good. And exhale, find that side angle, elbow to thigh, and right arm up. Or left hand inside, left foot. Okay, wherever you are here, it's really important. Maybe you want to stick your butt out, right, to just see how that feels. And then bring it back in by really gently drawing the tailbone in and kind of drawing that left butt under. Rotate the top arm. And then you lift yourself up through those right fingertips. Feel it creates more length in the left waist. Keep that. Bring the right arm up overhead. And then add the left arm. And you may have to come up a little, right? There's a lot of core. Pull the navel in, soften the front ribs in. Good. Keep that front knee pushing back behind you. So keep that external rotation in the front hip. And then spiral your chest open. Good. Next inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, lower the arms. Warrior 2. Inhale here. And exhale, windmill. Step the left leg back, plank. Now you can do that supported flow for a supported up dog, or you keep the knees lifted. Inhale, reach the weight forward on the toes. Exhale, bend. And inhale into your upward facing dog. And exhale, downward dog. Breathe. Maybe a little flutter of the lips. And again, right? Come back to your breath. And just notice whether some of the poses or some of the things are giving you trouble. And notice what your reaction toward that is, right? There's no problem with things being difficult, falling out of a balance. But it's really the challenge and the mastery is really how we deal with these things. So can you remain centered and calm while things are not as easy, right? Or giving you a little challenge. And then gently lower the knees down. Good. And sit on your heels for Virasana. I'm going to stay to the side because we're going to do a little core. So you're going to bring your hands next to your knees. You're sitting on your heels, so your toes are untucked. And then you push the hands down, you lean forward a little bit, you round your spine, draw the navel up and in, and lift the knees and the shins off the floor. And you want to really make yourself into a little package, a tiny little ball. One inhale, and next exhale, lower slowly down. Find your seat. As a counter, bring your hands behind you, lift your heart up. It's a little bit like we did in that boat variation in the beginning. Keep the tailbone rooting down to floor, but you're drawing the shoulder blades together to lift your heart. And then come back to center. Let's just do this one more time. Hands next to the knees, spread the fingers wide. Push down, round your spine, lift knees and shins. Keep the knees together, draw the navel back, breathe into your back body here. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly down. Counter, hands behind you, pushing to the fingertips. And come back to center. Good. We're going to come down onto the belly. Okay, so slowly from a plank or half plank, come all the way down onto the belly. Good. And then from here, lengthen your feet out of the hips. The feet are hip width distance. Bring the hands behind you, palms down on the floor. And the gaze can be onto the floor all the time so your neck is nice and long, okay? Forehead a little lifted away from the floor. Really try to get straight legs, pulling up on the kneecap and push your feet into the floor. And then inhale, lift your chest. And as you lift the chest, hands are still on the floor, just lift the right leg up. Try to internally rotate that leg. Lengthen through the toes. Exhale it back down, exhale the chest down. Inhale, left leg, really leading with the inner thigh, and exhale down. Good. Inhale, just a little change. Right leg. Now keep the right arm, but bring the left arm forward. So you're lifting the left hand forward, the right foot back. Inhale, lift up a little higher. Left arm, right leg. Exhale, back down. Inhale, left leg. Now bring the right arm forward. Lift as you push the left hand and the right foot into the floor. You lift the opposite limbs up and then lower down. Good. Now from here, bring both arms forward and lift everything. Your legs, your arms. Internally rotate your legs, point your toes, lift up higher. Good. And exhale, lower down. Make a pillow with your hands. Release your forehead. You can wiggle your hips here. Feel the release. Feel your heartbeat. And then from here, gently begin to push yourself up and find a child's pose. Best here if you can with the knees together so you really get some nice spinal flexion. Release the belly onto the thighs, hands behind you, palms facing up. Let those shoulders release. Good. And then gently begin to roll yourself up. So you sit in Virasana again. And I am facing you this time. Good. Now from here, you just bring your feet out to the side and in front of you. Okay. Bring your left leg out to the side and then hug the right leg in. So the heel can be in front of your pubic or it can be a bit further out to the side if your hip is more open. You can also use a block under that left knee if it makes it a little more comfortable. And then bring your right hand onto your left hand onto the left leg and kind of twist yourself away. So you get like that little rotation going on here. Then lifting the right arm up, draw a big circle. Lengthen up really. Soften the front ribs in as you come into your side bend here. Now that extended leg, right, your left leg, try to keep it in neutral rotation, the toes facing straight up to the sky. And you may have to keep a little bend in that leg, but if you can, straighten that that left leg. Good. Exhale the shoulders out of the ears. Good. Breathe into the top ribs here. And you can willow a little bit. Right? Willow that top arm, let the head hang to get more stretch in the side body. And on the next inhale, slowly lift the arm. Lift your body back up. Good. And then we're going to do the other side. So change your legs. Right leg out straight, right? Make sure the toes face straight up. Maybe you use that block again under your left knee. Bring the right arm kind of to the inside with the palm facing away from your leg. So you have external rotation in that arm. And then let the torso twist away from that leg. Keep that. Inhale your arm up. And once you feel nice and long, you're going to come on over, lengthening. Right, this feels so nice. And you can try to keep your head as an extension of the rest of your spine, but I'm also quite happy for you to kind of willow the head a bit to the side, willow the top arm, which gives you a bit more release in that side body. Left side body opening here. Try to gently really push the right heel and thigh into the floor. Breathe into the left lung here. And inhale, gently lift yourself up. Good, and that's that. Take the block to the side. Both knees in, straighten your legs, give them a little shake. Give them a little shake. And then just find your Dandasana here for a moment. Hands next to the hips. Try to roll onto the front edge of your sit bones. That's really hard. Right, you can also bend into your knees. We're not going to be here for too long. Feel the chest opening. Long neck. And then release. Okay. Come to the center of your mat. We're going to lower down. Lowering down onto your back. Draw the knees into your chest. You can roll a little bit side to side. Good. And then place your feet onto the mat, a little wider than hip width. Bring your arms into an eagle, into a cactus shape. And then let the knees come over to the right side. Let the head come over to the left. This is a gentle twist. Just stay here. Breathe right into the center, right into your belly. Let the shoulders relax, the face relax. And let this almost be a little bit of a prep for Shavasana. The energy coming down already. The breath just getting a bit softer. Then gently lift the head, lift the knees, come back to center, and on over to the other side. Right, move into these transitions gentle, not quick. Try to move slowly with awareness. Let the body just get into that new pose in a soothing way. Feel the breath fill out that pose, opening the sides. Gently, knees up, and you are ready for Shavasana. So stretch your legs out, and stretch your arms out, arms long next to the body, a little bit away from the torso. Palms are facing up. And it's quite nice here to lift your chest and draw the shoulder blades a little down and together to really feel spacious, and then release the back of the ribs back down. Feel spaciousness across the collarbones and the chest. Legs are relaxed, toes plopping open to the side. Close your eyes. Allow spaciousness in your mouth by releasing the tongue away from the roof of your mouth, which helps to release your jaw. Now you can stay here if you feel ultimately comfortable and want some extra rest. Or you can begin to deepen your breath. Bring small movements back. Fingers, toes wiggling. And then lift your right arm up overhead. Roll over to your side and rest your head on your right arm. Draw the knees in. Just take a brief moment here. Feel the support of the ground under you that you can relax into. Keeping the eyes closed, the head relaxed. Begin to push yourself up and find a comfortable seat. Feel the spine nice and tall. Take a deep inhale into your chest. Bring the hands together in front of your heart. Let the exhale ground you. One more inhale right into the center of your heart. And exhale, bow your head to your heart. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today.